The headlines tonight: state government reiterates commitment to promote indigenous goods. Anambra Speaker Okafor assures expeditious passage of 2022 revised budget. Flight operations resumed at Lagos International Airport after curbs removal. On the foreign scene tonight, France, Germany, Belgium report first monkeypox virus cases. Before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good evening to you and welcome to the news. I am Ebere Ugonna. Anambra State government has reiterated its resolve to promoting indigenous goods. The Deputy Governor, Dr. Onyeka Chukwu-Ibezim, gave the assurance while speaking to the press shortly after inspecting Innocent Vehicle Manufacturing Company at Nnewi. Government House correspondent Emmanuel Okonkwo tells us more.
Dr. Ibezim explained that promotion of locally made goods is one of the top priorities of the present administration. Encouraged manufacturers in the state to be quality conscious and stick to standards. He encouraged Anambra to key into the patronization of indigenous goods initiative so as to help boost the state's economy and encourage emergence of more factories in the state to reduce unemployment among youths. The Deputy Governor also revealed that as part of efforts of the Soludo government towards maintaining clean and healthy environment, the government is currently negotiating with waste bin manufacturing companies in the state, including the Innocent Company and others, so as to actualize its door-to-door stationing of waste bins for easy evacuation of waste.
We must encourage indigenous industries. That's the only way our economy can grow. It's part of the sustainability plan that we're putting behind, because if you evacuate, you must sustain. Everywhere it seems the more we evacuate, the more refuse come out. But that's the way it should be. The only thing the governor wants to see happen is a clean city. We are putting the structures for a clean city.
The chairman and managing director of Innocent Manufacturing Company, Chief Innocent Chukwuma, who spoke through the company's public relations officer, Mr. Cornelius Osigwe, assured that the company will continue to improve on the quality of its production.
The production of this keke is one of the things that we have done to support the administration. We are trying to produce a tricycle that will be cheaper, that the masses can be able to afford.
From Nnewi, I am Emmanuel Okonkwo, reporting for ABS News.
Anambra State House Assembly has reiterated its commitment to enacting laws and regulations aimed at improving the living standards of the citizenry as well as the development of the state. Right Honorable Uche Okafor gave the assurance during the presentation of the 2022 revised budget of 170 billion naira by Governor Chukwuma Soludo at the State House of Assembly in Awka. House of Assembly correspondent Chukwemeka Modeling reports.
The Speaker noted that the contents of the revised draft state budget are structured in line with Governor Soludo's burning desire to run a quality government where people's welfare and total development of the state are guaranteed. Right Honorable Okafor said the House is happy with the urgent steps Governor Soludo has taken to ensure adequate security of life and property of Ndi Anambra and the placement of road infrastructure as among the top priorities of his administration. He appreciated the efforts of Governor Soludo and security agencies are making in the state towards the release of the kidnapped lawmaker Mr. Okechukwu Okoye, even as he assured the governor that the revised budget will receive expeditious consideration by the House. Commenting on the theme of the budget taking off the block, the Commissioner for Information, Sir Paul Nwosu, explained that the budget will help the state government take off the ground and begin to build on what has been projected and estimated earlier by the previous administration.
Mr. Governor, you have taken great steps so far in moving the state to greater heights. Ndi Anambra have no doubt that the contents of the revised draft state budget are structured in line with your burning desire to run a quality government where people's welfare and total development of the state are guaranteed. On behalf of members of the State House of Assembly, I sincerely, from the depth of our hearts, appreciate your efforts, Mr. Governor, Professor Charles Chukwuma Soludo, and the security agencies in the state, the efforts we're making towards the release of our kidnapped colleague, Honorable Okechukwu Okoye. We pray that he will be released soon, unharmed, by the grace of God.
From the State House of Assembly, Chukwuemeka Modelim, ABS News.
Anambra State Commissioner for Information, Sir Paul Mosu, has visited the Anambra Printing Press as well as the Anambra Library Services, all in Awka. Correspondent Chibuzo Okoye has the details.
Paul, who paid the visit alongside the permanent secretary and some top officers of the ministry, said that the essence of the inspection was to familiarize with what the two agencies are doing, inspect their equipment to address their challenges, to meet with Governor Chukwuma Soludo's vision of transforming the state. The Information Commissioner noted that he will work assiduously to ensure that all the moribund equipment at the Anambra Printing Press are revitalized, and commended the management and staff of Anambra Library Services for a job well done.
They are still active and alive. You know, I even see people using the library, you know, and I just commended the head of the library here that I like what I saw. The place, the landscaping looking so lush and green. And when you go inside, you discover that even as massive as the place is, it's well kept, it's clean. I'm impressed. This is what you don't find in government establishments and things like that. And I can only ask her to keep it up.
The director of Anambra Library Services, Dr. Nkechi Udeze, assured that they will continue to work efficiently and urged the Anambra and other residents of the state to always bring their children and words to the library, as education remains the key to societal development.
The message I have to them is for them to continue to support library, everybody in the state, to help us to encourage children to read. The library is here for all of us. And the library is the best thing that any government can provide for society, so that children should be able to read, study, imbibe good reading culture, do their exams by themselves. Because when you have materials for them to study, they should be able to study and do it by themselves.
The managing director, Anambra Printing Press, Mr. Emeka Obuzo, who took the commissioner and his team around each facility, used the opportunity to inform the commissioner of their needs in Awka. This is Chibuzo Okoye for ABS News.
Following Save Our Soul SOS call to Anambra State Government by Ogwuaniocha community in Ogbara local government area, the State Commissioner for Petroleum and Mineral Resources, Barrister Anthony Ifeanyi, has midwifed the peace process that will lead to sustainable peace in the community. At the meeting with the Commissioner, Jerome Udoja State Secretariat, Awka, Ogwuaniocha community leaders and representatives of Sterling Energy Exploration and Production Company SIPCO agreed to sign a global memorandum of understanding for continued oil exploration in the area on the conducive atmosphere. Correspondent Joseph Ibocha reports.
Addressing the meeting, the President General of Ogwuaniocha Progressives Association, Comrade Shid Eze, said residents of the community have been rendered homeless by the activities of the oil service provider, including loss of about 50 lives, and regretted that no meaningful project has been executed in the community by the oil company.
Since the crisis, they're making money. Why can't you settle the people that you are in their place? They burned down our phone. I said, I'm the former and that is the end. Please, sir, I have to the Imo State to be CNO in another state. That is on the
Contributing, another community leader and chairman of GMOU committee, Mr. Tony Ebong, recalled that the Senate had since 2020 mandated the parties to sign the GMOU, which he alleged that the oil company has been reneging on, accusing it of instigating violence in the community. Attorneys to Ogwuaniocha community, Chimezie and Mike Ebunike Esquires, called for committal date for signing of the GMOU. Denying some allegations leveled against it, the community relations manager and consultant to SEPCO, Mr. Austin Atuana, said the company had shown and is still interested in achieving peace in the area and has been carrying out community development programs in Ogwuaniocha community.
Now part of even they discuss now the GMOU were signed. Do to M1. Then issue of the guy representing the community. Now this is because of this crisis. Now I like they find a letter-headed paper on that endorsed by the commissioner. And data now they discuss with the CEO this evening and communicate to the commissioner.
Addressing the parties, Commissioner Ifeanya said achieving peace in all communities in the state is the desire of the Soludo administration, adding that aside contributing to the recognition of Anambra as an oil-producing state, oil exploration in Oguaniocha under peaceful atmosphere is in the interest of the oil service provider and will add to internally generated revenue accruable to the state. He called on SEPCO to recognize the rights and benefits of the host community as stipulated in Petroleum Industry Act, which include but not limited to appointing a community liaison officer, CLO, and carrying out social responsibility programs, reminding that non-compliance attracts sanction.
We arrived at a good understanding. At least we ended on a good note to the effect that I've done it to the ears of the oil company, SIPCO, that they should do the needful by recognizing the rights of the host communities. At least their representatives that are here understood. Let's believe and hope that when they go home and tell their masters, they will also understand it, so that we'll take it from there.
The regent of Oguanosha community, Prince Reginald Nnaji, woman leader Mrs. Apollonia Ezenwa, youth leader Engineer Jude Onyede, among other eminent personalities from the community, participated in the meeting that was adjourned to hold before the end of second week of June for signing of the MOU. In Oka, Joseph Ebocha reporting for ABS News.
The state governor, Professor Chukwuma Soludo, has felicitated with former Nigerian goalkeeper Emmanuel Okala at 71. In a statement signed by the governor's chief press secretary, Mr. Christian Aburime, Governor Soludo commended Okala for his heroics as one of the country's most outstanding goalkeepers who manned the post for the national football team between 1972 and 1980. He noted that Okala's glorious moments came when he was named Africa's best goalkeeper by the Africa Sports Journalists Union in 1975 and was equally in the Enugu Rangers side that won the African Cup winners in 1977. The governor further praised the legendary goalkeeper, saying that he capped his meritorious service to the nation as a member of the victorious Eagles that won Nigeria's first Africa Cup of Nations in 1980 in Lagos. He added that Okala's towering achievements and contributions to the development of sports in Nigeria are commendable. And still ahead of the news tonight, flight operations resume at Lagos International Airport after corpses removal. On the foreign scene, France, Germany, Belgium report first monkeypox virus cases. Here is a special message again. India number cannot allow criminal elements to hold the state and the people to ransom. Donate generously to the Anambra State Security Trust Fund, which has been set up to raise money for combating insecurity in the state. The news returns in a moment. Please stay with us.
Traveling? You deserve the absolute best. Enjoy maximum comfort in our new buses with more legroom, reclinable seats, onboard entertainment, and much more. Pick your preferred seat. Choose your preferred schedule. Travel on your terms. Ready for a premium ride driven by the best captains out there? Book now.
Well, glad to have you back for the rest of the news. Moving on to our national stories now. Flight operations have resumed at the Muritala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos, after the removal of a mangled body on the runway. A source hinted that full flight operations have resumed after the runway was cleared of the mangled corpse of a yet-to-be-identified man. The international wing of Muritala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos, was temporarily shut in the early hours of Thursday after the mangled body of a dead man was found on runway 18R. Airport officials said the corpse was suddenly found on runway 18R during a routine runway inspection by FAN personnel. However, airport officials had said that the runway was temporarily shut down while a team of officials from the Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria, FAN, and the Nigerian Police Force evacuated the corpse from the runway. During the temporary shutdown of the runway, the international flights were prevented from landing and taken out from the airport's international terminal. And moving on with the global energy transition chant reaching a crescendo, the Minister of State, Petroleum Resources, Mr. Tim Silva, has said that an annual investment of around $25 billion in the next 8 years could help 2.6 billion people globally access clean cooking gas by 2030. He also conversed $25 billion annual investment for electricity so that 759 million Africans who currently lack it can enjoy it. The minister, who said these at the annual symposium and exhibition of the Society of Petroleum Engineers SPE, stressed that with approximately 208.62 trillion cubic feet of proven gas valued at over $803.9 trillion and potential upside of 600 TCF of gas, the most extensive in Africa and in the top 10 globally, the minister, while making reference to the United Nations Department of Economic and Social Affairs report, noted that everyone in the world could have access to clean, affordable energy within the next 9 to 10 years if countries modestly increase investment in the energy sector. On the foreigners in France, Belgium and Germany have reported their first cases of monkeypox, joining Australia and several European and North American nations in detecting the disease endemic in parts of Africa. Monkeypox was identified in a 29-year-old man in the Île-de-France region, which includes Paris, who had not recently returned from a country where the virus is circulating, France health authorities said on Friday. Separately, the German Armed Forces Microbiology Institute said it had confirmed the virus in a patient who had developed skin lesion, a symptom of the disease. And in Belgium, microbiologist Emmanuel Andre confirmed on a tweet that the University of Leuven lab had confirmed the second of 2 cases in the country, and a man from the Flemish Brabant, with a growing number of detected cases in several European countries. Germany's health agency, Robert Koch Institute, has urged people returning from West Africa to see their doctors quickly if they notice any changes in their skin. And on sports news, Glasgow Rangers manager Giovanni Van Bronckhorst praised Super Eagles midfielder Joe Aribo for his adaptability after the 25-year-old was tasked with playing a false 9 role in the Europa League final with Alfredo Morelos injured and Kema Rufe still easing back to fitness. Aribo was on target, but Rangers lost 5-4 on penalties to Eintracht Frankfurt in the final of the UEFA Europa League on Wednesday night. After a goalless first half, Aribo put Rangers ahead in the 57th minute, and with the Scottish Cup final beaconing against Hearts on Saturday, the Rangers boss admits he had to adjust players like Aribo to new positions. Meanwhile, Aaron Ramsey has been back to score a penalty if Wolves World Cup playoff goes to sport kicks. The Rangers star midfielder saw his penalty saved by Kevin Trapp, and the sport kick agony handed the Europa League trophy to Eintracht Frankfurt. That's it on the news tonight, but remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page of ABS Radio Television. Subscribe to our YouTube page at ABS Television. Okay. Follow us on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. Well, and just before we go tonight, a quick look at all major stories. State government has reiterated commitment to promote indigenous goods. Anambra Speaker Okafor has assured expeditious passage of 2022 revised budget. Flight operations has resumed at Lagos International Airport after CAP's removal. Now, the foreign scene were brought to you that France, Germany, Belgium have reported first monkeypox virus cases. Here's a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that's the size of our package tonight. Many thanks for joining the bulletin. I am Iberi. Ugodna, enjoy the rest of your evening.
OneXBet. Enjoy true feelings.